Okay. Hey guys, I done goofed. I think when I went to go and turn my commentary on, I accidentally turned off the stream. My apologies, guys. But Draconic James and Cruel Monkey Official, how's it going, guys? Glad to see you. Oh, whoops. I fell. I forgot I was on the pipe. That might be a little. All right. I believe we should be good. Everyone can hear me okay? Alright. Going good, sounds... Sorry. Alright, Draconic James says it's going good, and everything is a-okay. Sorry, I've got spaghetti with me. Black Lion, hello, hola. Hola, my friend. Yeah, I thought I would just, while I'm here, might as well show off what's been going on. So I've been slowly working away at DS Figure 8 Circuit's detailing. As you can see, we've got the stands, and I've got DS Figure 8 written above it. I got a giant giant sculpture of a trophy. Marked this on my calendar. Everybody seems to really enjoy this, so I see no reason to not keep going. And to be frankly honest, the fact that you guys enjoy this is probably really good for progress. Anyway, I'm going to make a commentator building right here instead of like what was over here. This is like kind of a little small now. And of course, in the back, I've got some of the extra details like the pipes and the Super Mario Bros. 3 style block backgrounds. And then Mario Circuit saw a little bit of a change. Instead of a gliding ramp, I added a big anti-gravity road because why not? You gotta remember that that's a thing. Climb. But yeah, other than that, Mario Circuit hasn't really changed much. Just like maybe some grass here and there. But otherwise, still relatively the same. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put... I don't need this. I'm probably going to need these. Both colors. I'm going to need the white. I'm not going to need this or any of this. I don't think I'm going to need these, but I'm going to... No, I'm probably not. I think this... Oh, right, I'm also going to need the sand and the grass path. And I'm probably... Okay, I think that's all I'm going to need because we're heading to GBA Mario Circuit again. And we're pretty much just going to chill, and I'm going to keep chipping away at that. Let me see. So when I posted the detailing, I know our regular Jared Demock mentioned that I should probably stick to the circuit area for the time being and try to finish up everything here. And I'm going to get my map up as well. Maybe not on my laptop, I should probably... I think it was actually on the poll that he mentioned that. Yeah, so looking at my map, the circuit area includes obviously like every Mario circuit, but it also includes Piranha Plant Pipe, Piranha Plant Slide, Squeaky Clean Sprint, Toad's Factory, Toad's Circuit, GBA, Battle Course 1, and Sunshine Airport. Now, I'm not thinking that we'll get like all like... No, I think we'll still keep going like with the style that we got, but we will try to central focus the circuits. So let's try to work with that. So I'm still kind of over here. What I need to do is I just need to, I gotta still do the giant U-turn here. So that's what our goal is. Just keep going. I should be able to get the U-turn finished this stream. Is that... Okay, why do I feel like I'm still not doing something right here? Oh, maybe it's because... Whoops. It's supposed to be like that, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so... I think what the aiming goal is that I'm just gonna keep going from here. I'm just gonna build all of these. Like, I got it laid out on the ground here of where I want to go. So what I'll do is I'll just keep building these, and then I'll start filling them in. So we still got a ways to go, but... Well, not ways to go, but we're getting there. Maybe I should count how many I have left. So we're there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. One. 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this should be right here. So from here, what franchise would you like to make a movie of next? Like Nintendo to make a movie of next? Okay, so we know that they're making a Zelda movie. And I'm not going to count Pokemon because they've already kind of done a lot of movies, so and they're also their own thing. So if I were to pick a Nintendo franchise, I think if they wanted to do another one, like, it would probably have to be something a little on the recognizable side. And I believe I think the best option would be Metroid. I think Metroid would make for an interesting movie. And, like, they could lean more into the horror aspect because of, you know, it's an isolated series. It's all about isolation, so that would be interesting. Okay, let me do all of this. Otherwise, like, I think another obvious one for me personally, I wouldn't mind seeing, like, Fire Emblem. But I know Fire Emblem isn't exactly I know it's, like, one of Nintendo's big franchises at this point, but it's not one of their, like, openly family-friendly, I don't want to say family-friendly, but it's not, like, hugely recognizable. Like, the average Joe bypassing Nintendo content isn't gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, I know of Ellie Wood from the hit game Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade for the Game Boy Advance. Like, no. No one's gonna say that. No one's probably, even the most popular Fire Emblem characters in the form of the Three Houses Lords, even the casual Joe is not going to sit there and say, yeah, I know who Claude, Edelgard, and Dimitri are. So, as much as I would like to see a Fire Emblem movie, I don't think that should be on their radar at the moment. Because, like, Fire Emblem's not the huge deal here. Metroid, on the other hand, Samus, I would believe, is a little bit more recognizable, even among casual fans, though they're probably still calling her Metroid and thinking she's a man. Kirby's another obvious one, but as far as I'm concerned, Kirby is tied to HAL Laboratory, and that's like, or it's Sora Limited, I believe. It's still Masahiro Sakurai's creation, so they probably have to go through that first. Mario Kart movie. I think Fire Emblem should be an anime. That would also work. I think, honestly, I would like to see like more, like some TV adaptations as well, like not just movies, but like animes, obviously. I still think Smash would make for a phenomenal anime series, and I would like 100% love to see that. Okay, so now that this is started, where am I? I want to see where I'm at relative to the map, or the railing. Also, did I go one over? I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. Or maybe I did, actually. Hold on, because I'm not going up. Nope, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so I'm currently at the first yellow block on the top. Okay. So from here we're going to start U-turning. And that means this is, okay, so yeah, roughly around here, we're now going to start going in a U-turn, and I'm going to make it straight for the time being, just so I can kind of get an idea of what I want to do. And I'm going to make it out of light gray, just so that I know what to get rid of afterwards. Let's see. So it would stretch to about the blue, the next blue right beside it. So I would wager that we have gone a little too far, but that's okay. So we're gonna start one. Actually, maybe I should. Shadow World TV. Hello, how's it going? Glad to see you. So, and that would be. So there's a one green corner. So the fourth green. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where it's gonna go straight and start curving downward. Or curve, like, this is where the U-turn's basically gonna be at its peak. See, I'm in a tricky spot because I'm all the way up here and my reference is all the way down there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna build this tower, this concrete tower all the way up, and just so that the grass doesn't turn into dirt, I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. let's start going this. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, that should do it. Now that I'm looking at it, hot take, Ninja Hideaway is not that good. Valid. Goomsalotl, hi, how's it going? I personally don't mind Ninja Hideaway as a track. I like the music, but it's kind of like straight down the middle for me as well. But hey, I don't think hot takes are pretty good. I like those. What I need to do is I need to figure out what I'm doing here because this is way too. This needs to start going. I think this needs to be made smaller. If anything, I think what we need to do is we need to just start going diagonally here. Maybe even like right here. Okay. No, I think it's got to be even earlier than that. Okay, so let me see. This is tricky. Making an anti-gravity U-turn is not easy. I'd say that that does look roughly good in terms of road size. Whew. I'm trying to think of a Mario Kart hot take, but I have, but I can't think of one. Either I'm basic or forgetful. Cool Monkey Official, Waluigi Pinball is not the GOAT. I actually have to agree with that. Now, unfortunately, I can't say a hot take against Airship Fortress because I do like Airship Fortress, but my hot take, okay, I have many Mario Kart hot takes, and I think I've already proven that, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mario Kart Tour is a good Mario Kart game. That's what I think. I still think this needs to be a little bit adjusted. Okay. So still looking very tricky to do. I did not think I would have this much trouble on GBA Mario Circuit of all things. Oy. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what I'm doing here. Hot take, Mario Kart DS is kind of mid. Yeah. Cool movie official, but that game has things locked behind a paywall. There's all the money down the drain. Yes, that's fair. And I'm not going to sit there and say that I'm perfect at that, because I did spend money back in the day. But aside from the gold pass that I'm currently still subscribed to, I have not actually spent any money in Mario Kart Tour. Two of my Miis fell in love, got married, and asked if they could get kids in less than a day. Oh, that's faster than my Miis, that's for certain. Katie got rejected by Violet. Poor girl. I'm still unsure of what we're doing here. Yeah, I'm a little lost. I'm beginning to think maybe this should just be like straight instead of still trying to go upward, and then it'll just go downward. I feel like that's just gonna be a lot easier. It might make my life a lot easier too. Because I think trying to constantly go upward is just gonna mess me up. Okay. Maybe after I do this, we can maybe do something different, but... Let's just try to make this go in the right direction first. Hot take, New York Minute is the worst tour track. I personally think my least favorite would be Tokyo Blur. Kind of like got the same too early vibes going. Like, doesn't do much. This is honestly the most complicated part of this entire track so far. Okay, you know what? I think I need to mentally step back, and maybe I think I should focus on all the flat parts. So let's go right back to the, let's go back here. This would be a hell of a lot less complicated. Yeah, Katie still has a crush on Violet, and Violet still has a, like, she still finds Katie her friend, and they live together at the moment. So we'll have to see. Also, guys, Shy Guy found love in the form of a snippet. You know, I've changed my mind. Tokyo Blur is terrible. Even in the context of tour, Tokyo Blur is just very hard to play. It's small. It's got, like, nothing really interesting, which is weird because, like, Nintendo's based in Japan. As far as I'm concerned, not Tokyo, but close to it. Yes, my man, Shy Guy has love. Yeah, he fell in love with a snippet. That's adorable. Yeah, I had to make a snippet me because I was like, nah, Shy Guy's gotta find love. Okay, so this is looking to be a little bit of a curve. And we'll get some straight right near this weird spot over here. So let me see how many blocks that's gonna be. So from the yellow, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 regular grass. And then 2 grass path. And then 2 sand. And then road. And then this is just gonna kind of go down. Can we check up on Tomodachi Life if we have time? Yeah, I can do that maybe closer to the end of stream for like half an hour or so. The booster course pass was a waste of time. All the tracks were tour ports. Yeah, like, okay. I still like the booster course pass because I believe that that was a really nice set of DLC for, shockingly enough, an 8-year-old, like a 10-year-old, 14-year-old game. But the moment we started catching on to the fact that it was all tour ports, the shock value kind of went down because, well, now we know where the tracks are going to come from. And on top of that, like you said, they were all basically directly ported, which really hurt the quality. Like, it would have been really nice to see a track like Bowser's Castle from N64 come back. Or, like, hell, any track from GameCube that hasn't come back. But they went ahead and were just like, nah, we're gonna just, it's all gonna be tour ports. Which, meh. Was okay, but like I can see exactly why people would complain about that. I think yeah, actually, no, that's good. Perfect. Since I'm doing a Pokemon Island, everything in my Mii's do count as fan fiction by a stretch. Valid. Nintendo Switch 2 Desert Hills is definitely a C tier, not an F tier just because they removed the hills. I think that removing the hills from Desert Hills is like, again, in the same vein as removing the sunset from Sunset Wilds. It sucks, but there are worse problems on that track. They removed all the Super Mario Bros. 3 references. It's just a bare open desert at that point. And that's what I think sucks the most. Alright, now on the bottom. Fourth red. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are looking at 6. Okay, so 6 grass blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. And then 2 grass path, 2 sand, and then concrete. The road gets a little small over here. I think this needs to be made a little bit wider. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. This kind of widens out. And we just need to connect this over here. So let's go over here. I want to work from over here mostly because the U-turn's really complicated at this moment. And I think it's best to meet it on the other end. There we go. Alright, let's build all that. And while we're at it, now that I have this part of the road, I can also connect this. So, let's break down a few walls. And by a few, I mean one. I should also make a border just to tell where the roads separate. I don't think there's much in terms of these red and white barriers across GBA Mario Circuit, but we're gonna put them. We're just gonna put this one here for road separation. So now we can break this down and connect Mario Circuit 2 to GBA Mario Circuit. It's always the desert tracks being ruined. Yeah. Well, actually, I don't know if I want to say that because, like, Calamari Desert was pretty damn good in 8 Deluxe and Tour. Yoshi Desert was simplified, but I actually don't believe it was among the worst of GBA's tone downs. And Dry Dry Ruins is still good. Dry Dry Ruins didn't change much in Tour. It's just the fact that those two tracks are locked to Tour. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Calamari Desert, but considering that it was one of those tracks that was just in, like, Mario Kart 7, I could have gone for another one. And I don't care what anyone says, we should have gotten, well, I think everyone actually agrees with this, we should have got Dry Dry Ruins or Yoshi Desert in Tour, or in World, instead of Dry Dry, or Desert Hills. Well, let's do sand path that goes all the way down here as well. And then same deal. Whoops. There we go. One thing I will have to do is I will have to go back and just make the white lines because in the road. And I'll just do that with white concrete. But I want to get the road done first. I haven't played much. I haven't been really grinding at Minecraft in my spare time. I've been kind of playing other games, Leaf Green, and now Tomodachi Life is out, so I'm playing that as well. And there are other games I want to be playing, like I want to find a Paper Mario randomizer. And, like, I just watched Bringle do Archipelago randomizer of both the first Paper Mario and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door at the same time. And I was looking at that, I'm like, that looks really cool, and I want to try it. And that's definitely something I would like to do for the channel. But I'd have to play I'd have to play it vanilla first. And just a random complaint, the new Walker's Lay's logo was a waste of time and money. No one likes it, change it back, we need to protest now. Lay's chips, as far as I'm concerned. I as a '90s kid, as a kid who was born in the '90s and grew up in the early 2000s, really, it was a better time. Everything was so much more lively, and now it just feels like everything is just so professional and modernized. It feels so much more hollow. I don't know what it is, but there just is no magic in business anymore. Not that I believe there ever was any magic in a business. Corporations suck. Archipelago? Polago? You mean? I don't know. I honestly, my ability to pronounce anything is terrible. And this is easy. I love. I was actually saying this to one of my work friends. This isn't just about Mario Kart or anything. This is about popular or hot things in general. But like every single time people see something and treat it like it's the best thing to ever happen to the world or like a respective media franchise, it's hilarious to see how long that lasts because like I remember when everyone was treating Sky High Sunday as like, oh my goodness, it's a huge new track business, and then the moment it came out, it got left in the dust and no one talked about it after that. And or like how Ridley finally made it to Smash after how many requests, and then no one talked about him once the game came out. And then don't even get me started on movies that people treat are like the best thing to happen to cinema, and then like no, everyone stops talking about it after 2 months. People really do have tiny attention spans. Okay. Yep, and then this is I'm gonna say it'll stretch for 2 more blocks. Then, actually, a little bit of detailing. The grass path kind of stretches a little bit further. Oops. There we go. I would say that, yeah, I would go to here. And it's just gonna kind of stay pretty consistent. I'm playing Living the Dream while watching this, and I made my roommate date a red fire ant because they hate bugs. Yep. No one talked about it because it was just an oval. Yeah, but everyone seems to like Baby Park, and that's also just an oval. I think the only difference is that Sky High Sunday is an oval with jumps, and therefore, the problematic thing there is that your items aren't doing what they should be doing, and that is causing maximum levels of chaos. Hot take, Baby Park has never had a good appearance after Double Dash. Everything else was a downgrade for it. Actually, this is working out pretty good. There we go. Nice. I think Baby Park only works with Double Dash's items. Absolutely. But not a hot take in my opinion. Oh, fair enough. If we agree, then that's even better. Like, everyone loves Baby Park, but I think it's everyone loves Baby Park who has played Double Dash. Because think about it. You've got a tiny ass track, and then you've got Bowser shells and giant bananas and fireballs. It makes every special item viable. Like, every single special item in the game becomes important on Baby Park. Like Peach and Daisy, amazing defense in a track where everything is happening at once. Giant Banana and Bowser Shell, absolute champions at defense and offense, and creating a bigger problem even further down the line. Mario's Fireballs, tiny track, spread attack. The Bomb, well, I mean, the Bomb's the only item that really kind of came back as an actual item, not including the triple shells. I would wager maybe the only characters who might not have the greatest item for Baby Park would be Toadette and Toad. The Golden Mushroom is, Golden Mushroom isn't going to help you when you're constantly under item fire. Whoops. Hot take, World is better than 8. Yeah. It's not better than 8 Deluxe, though. I think that's the kicker. And that's also just my opinion, of course. World is still kind of weak in my eyes. Like, I like the idea. The world map is awesome. Hell, the world map is the entire reason why we're doing this in particular. Hey, when did this thing get so skinny? Oh, right here then. I'm exhausted. Kind of glad that I'm just doing Minecraft today. Very chill, very easy, and for the case of this in particular idea, it's productive. Plus, I love getting to just chat with you guys. You guys are an amazing audience. I'm glad that I even have an audience now. That's kind of a huge deal for me. Alright, it's looking pretty nice. Pretty solid. We still got a bit of a ways to go, though. And what we're dealing with right now is a lot of just twists and turns. They're slight and light, but they're still twists and turns. Sorry. Alright. And you want to just make this a little bit wider. Yeah, I know everyone. I know I've been playing this playlist a lot, and obviously for good reasons. But after it's ordered in that it starts with all the tracks that have had returns. Like the tracks have had a return in a future Mario Kart game, and then the songs of all the tracks that never came back follow up in the same system order. So there aren't going to be any SNES tracks, obviously, because Bowser Castle was the last one to come back. There isn't going to be anything for Mario Kart 64, but then we'll get stuff like GBA, Rainbow Road, GameCube's Bowser's Castle, and such. I still think that they're ripping a few tracks off now that they're returning, bringing other tracks back for like the millionth time. Okay, so now we're gonna start going downward a little. All right, and it's gonna start. Right here, where, no, right here. Okay. Now, how many blocks are we looking at here? It's 8. So we're looking at 15 grass blocks going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to say 2 and 2. And then it's not very big. It's just going to start going up right away. Oh, yeah, we're going to need to stretch this one out a lot. It's not a very sharp turn. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty okay. That was not very reassuring. Oh, hello. Bonjour, Monsieur Tree. All right, and then the bottom part stretches a little bit wider. So from here, this is located right at this yellow, and this would stretch basically over to here. What's your least favorite Mario circuit, including Mario Bros. Circuit? Good question. Oof. Okay. So obviously, I'm gonna rule. Okay, Mario Circuit 1, 2, and 3. No, sorry, 2, 3, and 4. Definitely not. N64 Mario Raceway. Also definitely not. I would say. Actually, what did my tier list say? Maybe I shouldn't rely on that right now, but in the moment. 3DS Mario Circuit doesn't, like, it's cool, but it's just, I feel like that one's not exactly my thing. Like, Wii's Mario Circuit has that Toad Town feel that I really like, 8's Mario Circuit is just freaking awesome because it's like got some of the best anti-gravity in the game. Even like Remix Mario Circuit I really like for just being effectively Mario Circuit 5. The only other one I would put in the same boat would be SNES Mario Circuit 1 for its over level of simplicity and not even being that iconic for a first track. Like, keep in mind that SNES Mario Circuit 1 is effectively the Mario Kart equivalent to Super Mario Bros. World 1-1, and it's nowhere near as iconic as that, or hell, even like the first Galaxy of Mario Galaxy. Fossil Fields, or Fossil Falls in Odyssey is a more iconic first level than Mario Circuit 1 is. So, it's got to be really, I'd say, between Mario Circuit 1 and 3DS Mario Circuit. But don't take that as I dislike either of them. I like them, but if I had to pick a least favorite, it would probably be one of those two. Like, actually no, Mario Bros. Circuit is actually really cool of a track because it's like, I like the giant elevated section and kind of proving that we really did not need anti-gravity to bring back in a Mario Kart 8 track. Like, okay, sure, something like Water Park probably wouldn't work, but don't sit there and tell me you guys couldn't have done Sunshine Airport. Would you rather be immortal and outlive everyone you love, or have no human contact for the rest of your life? Wow, that's a question and a half. When you say no human contact, does that mean like directly, like in person? Would I still be able to talk to people online or no? I have a bias for 3DS tracks. I think I already said it was because I had it for a while before getting into Lux, but TBH, I don't have a least favorite. That's fair. I honestly feel no online contact. Okay, then you know what? Call me crazy, but I would go with Immortality. It's a terrible option. Like, I think both of those are very problematic. But if it's up to me, I'm gonna have to go with Immortality. Like, I think with Immortality, you're going to be desensitized to people dying, but you're also going to be driven insane at some point. Trust me, we've already seen it. Oops. I mean, for the first option, at some point you'll end up having no contact anyways. Yeah, no. If you're outliving everybody, you're going to reach the end of the world eventually. Let's do that. Alright, so now we're just going on a really... we're just going right upward. But we're going to need to go like this a little bit. Yeah, okay. I'm going to be honest, this one feels a little bit messier compared to the SNES tracks, but I don't know. I'd say it's looking decently okay so far. And a huge plus to this is that I only have to do the edges of the track, not the whole thing, because it's already grass anyway. It's going to make the other GBA tracks a pain in the ass, though. No. This needs to... There we go. That should be okay. So let's stretch this out. It roughly would be diagonal to the second yellow of, so right about here. So let's stretch this out. And let's just make the outline. Yeah, that should be good. Because from here, it's just going to straighten out a wee bit as it's going diagonally upwards. All right. Here's a question for all of you guys. It's a very simple, boring one. What's your favorite? What's your other favorite Nintendo franchise that's not Mario? Like you're not your Mario. What's your next favorite Nintendo franchise, or your favorite if Mario isn't even your favorite to begin with? I'm gonna say yeah to first and second party. So like if Kirby is it, go like Kirby or Pokemon are completely valid. As long as it's like mostly owned, or at least owned by Nintendo, obviously. So for me, I think it would have to be probably Pokemon. My brother is like a massive Pokemon fan too, so that's probably the easy one. But my third, Fire Emblem and Pokemon. Okay, Draconic James, I swear we and you are like on the same wavelength. Because I was literally about to say Fire Emblem is probably my next favorite. But that's also assuming that I'm not going to die from Kirby, because Kirby is also pretty high up there. Gotta love the pink puffball. But absolutely, like for me, Pokemon and Fire Emblem are high picks. I do like RPGs, even though at the end of the day I feel like I'm like I'm not going out of my way to try every RPG out there. Especially considering you got stuff like Xenoblade out there and Persona, I like the traditional turn-based combat RPGs, and more so just mostly Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi. But like obviously I do love Pokemon, and Fire Emblem as a strategy RPG is freaking awesome, and that's taught me a lot about thinking my moves. Pokemon, but if excluding that, Kirby, I guess. No, Pokemon definitely counts. But like, yeah, I feel like the Pokemon's another huge one. Like, a lot of people are definitely gonna like Pokemon. To be fair, the only Nintendo franchises I play is Mario and Pokemon. Valid. I mean, at this point, I have exposure to more franchises. Now, granted, I have not, like, it's clear to me, like, Fire Emblem, Mario, Pokemon, and Kirby are definitely the ones I play the most of. Because I don't play Animal Crossing. I have never played an Animal Crossing game. Not really interested in the... I'm more or less of the mindset of it feels a little awkward to be the only human living in a world of anthropomorphic animals. Just not my style. I can't say it's the gameplay because I'm literally playing Tomodachi Life. Legend of Zelda is okay, but I've learned through a few games that it's just not for me. Cause like, I don't know, I just feel like it's an open world puzzle game, so like, I feel like the solutions to my problems could be located anywhere, and I don't really know if I want to go out of my way to explore the entire giant open world of a Zelda game just to figure out what I'm supposed to do. So, like, I like Zelda as a as a series, or a concept. I just don't really think it's for me. Metroid Prime was fun, and I haven't really played a lot of the other Metroid games, but yeah, like, Metroid was fun, but I don't know. Like, I definitely have to go through more of the games in that series. Oh, there was another one on the tip of my tongue. Star Fox, I have not had much exposure to. I think this is actually a little bit too long because it's gonna get really close to the. Let's do this. Yeah, Star Fox, I haven't really had a lot of exposure to. F-Zero, minimal exposure. Earthbound. I know there are only 3 games in Earthbound, but I have played the original Earthbound. I haven't finished it fully, but I have played to the very end. And I've been playing Earthbound Beginnings with a friend of mine. Splatoon, that's the one. Splatoon was fun when it came out, but after it became such a heavily focused on online concept, where it's just like, if you're not really an online player, you really don't have much to do there. Animal Crossing, I forgot about that, lol. Nintendo ranking Pokemon, Mario, Animal Crossing. Valid. From light to least liked. Gotcha. So Pokemon is your favorite. It also doesn't help that a lot of, like, Nintendo's franchises are, like, beginning to become more one-offs. Like, Kid Icarus isn't really a franchise anymore. It's got, like, a few games, and Uprising is the best one. Punch-Out's got, like, a few games. Donkey Kong, Wario, and Yoshi are all pretty much tied to Mario. But if we want to count them, WarioWare is awesome. Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country, although I've only really played Tropical Freeze, and I've touched some of the classic SNES ones, but Donkey Kong 64 is the DK game of my choice. I love that game. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just feel like we're long overdue for a lot of series to just kind of get back into the swing of things. Let's see how this is going to go. I have a hunch that... Okay, I see. So... this needs to be at least 2 things longer, I think. Oops. Yeah. This twisty section is not exactly the cleanest work I've ever done, but I think it should be fine. What is your favorite non-Nintendo video game franchise? Sonic the Hedgehog. I've been like pretty on board with Sonic ever since I played Sonic Heroes. And that was back in like 5th grade, and I connected with the franchise mostly because like as like a main protagonist, Sonic is very entertaining. And this is also coming from the fact that like a lot of my exposure to video game protagonists have always been the strong, silent Nintendo protagonists. So, getting a character who actually has character was, yeah. If all of mine are one-offs, but Deltarune is my fave. Fair enough. Whoop. Ah, got spaghetti on my hand. I think me liking Sonic is probably a no-brainer at this point, given how much I gush about the Chow Garden alone. But other than that, I also like Pac-Man. I don't play like Pac-Man's more of a classic arcades franchise over anything else, but I have decent exposure. I mean, Pac-Man World 2 is a freaking amazing game. Deltarune is one of my favorites too. Nice, Draconic James. I've not played Deltarune. I've started Undertale, but that's another game that I never really finished. So I 100% intend to play that. Smudgers, you should make grass blocks and living the dream. Yeah, we'll see. It's been an hour, but I think maybe like 7:30ish. Once I get closer to the end of stream, I'll pop into Tomodachi Life for a little bit because honestly, I love it. I've made quite a few new Miis since I ended off on Thursday stream. Like we ended off on Shy Guy, and I think I've added like the rest of some of my own characters. And I added, I think, at least 2 more non-OC characters. The one of them being the aforementioned Sniffit. It's a green Sniffit. I basically just used the Shy Guy Mii as the template, and then I just made it green and made the mask a little different. It's basically the same deal, but it's worth it because I needed some... Shy Guy was non-binary and had a liking of everybody. I needed another one like that so that he could properly find love. I also need to think of other characters from other franchises. Like, I'm gonna do Daisy from like Mario's Daisy, but like, there's got to be some other characters I can think of that I really like that could suffice as me characters. I don't really want to do like animals as Mii's, so that pretty much puts 90% of Sonic the Hedgehog out of commission. I mean, I could do Eggman. Yosh. Trying to think, what other characters could I do in general? Oh right, we still have to find Vivian. I gotta make a Vivian Mii somehow. You guys don't know how badly I actually do want to boot up Tomodachi Life, but Minecraft was the promised move, and to be frankly honest, we need to make some progress on this. Well, you don't need to. I guess I'm almost kind of forgetting the entire point of me saying, let's not make this something I'm going to stress over. And to be frankly honest, I'm not. Doing this once a month is even just perfectly okay. Like, it's not burning me out. And that's the important thing. Just make everyone have an interest in non-binary so Shy Guy pulls everybody. Pikmin, just make like 50 Pikmin. There's another Nintendo franchise that that's been growing on me now that I've played the first game and am playing the second. Pikmin 2 is already proving to be a lot of fun, but it's also proving to be a lot more challenging than Pikmin 1, which I think I'm gonna like. I just need to get the hang of it. I think for Vivian, you can maybe make a humanized version of her. That would probably be easier. Yeah, that's the plan, but I can still make it pretty accurate by giving her like purple skin. Alright, how many blocks of concrete are we looking over here? That's 8 already. That's 13. Holy shiza. I'm beginning to think that my road's a little small. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I am gonna get the hunch that I might be expanding on that road a little bit. Actually, probably not. Nope. Perfectly fine, actually. Yeah, as I've mentioned, with my backlog breakthrough idea, we're going to be seeing a lot more diversity because of the online apps that I have. Which reminds me, I should maybe consider getting the Game Boy one, just so that, you know, I have more to play. So there will be weeks devoted to me playing games I have never touched or even heard of. So that'll be interesting. So I will get my exposure to things in due time. I will also, I think it's again worth reminding everybody. I said this in my update, and I said this at the end of the last Mario Party, but I am taking a break until the beginning of May just so that I can think of a plan and maybe try to make a new outro to accommodate for my Patreon subscribers. But all of that is like, lately, I feel like I've had no time to myself, and it sucks so much. Like, I feel like every single day I've had some sort of thing to do after work, and that's on top of the fact that work has been just stressful. I've still got the Knotted Chow Garden episode to edit, and I have to figure out how I'm going to stream that or record that going forward because it's still not exactly in the greatest condition. But I've got to do some serious exploring. And of course, there's the fact that I've got to still hope that, I got to... There's more Chow to show off. Shit's happened. You could make Kirsty everyone's favorite Paper Mario character. Ah, yes, of course. Kirsty. Who wouldn't want Kirsty? My sanity says no, because goddamn, I have never met a character more unlikable than her. At least characters like Big and Louie. I don't know, so far Louie just seems like a character I'm actually going to end up hating. At least some of these characters are characters you love to hate and make hating them fun. Make Huey and Kirsty and attempt to make them best buds because they're both not well liked. Yeah, Huey's alright though. Like, out of the 3 companions of the modern Paper Mario games, I would rank them from best to worst: Huey, Olivia, and then Kirsty. Olivia's getting a serious break on the grounds that she's treated as a very innocent character, and I think that's fine. It just wasn't for me because I was like, I really don't need the feeling of toting around a toddler that barely knows how the world works, but who knows, maybe a second playthrough of Origami King will change my opinion of her. I will admit that her sweet nature does work in her favor, but it's, I guess, her naive nature that kind of is just... Nah, not my deal. Whoops. Ain't nothing beating out OG Paper Mario Cast, though. That's why I'm so glad the remake of Thousand Year Door exists, so that people of the modern day can be exposed to a very more diverse cast of characters. I understand that maybe Thousand Year Door's map design doesn't hold up nearly as well today, but you'd be hard-pressed for me to complain about the amazing cast of characters that that game has. And the story is amazing, so, like, as my favorite video game of all time, you are not going to be hearing me complain about any of that. That is significantly closer than it needs to be, but we're going to roll with it anyway. Thousand Year Door is something I'm so passionate about, and that is it's Unfortunately, it's dangerously close to the line of I can't believe it if anybody dislikes this game. But I have to be respectful of other people's opinions. If they don't like it, if they think it's a bad game, I can't change that. And I'm not going to sit there and act like a holier than thou attitude of this game is amazing and you are just crazy, because you're not. That's not who I am, but Thousand Year Door treads a very dangerous line. I am biased towards that game too. I freaking love it. It is my favorite game of all time. Don't need to repeat that a million times. Black Lion is back. Hello. Shudder World TV. I love her personality, but sometimes I feel like it feels she's too unaware and accidentally makes the journey harder. Yeah. Also, Origami King has some problematic padding issues with, well, let's put Bobby as an example. Guy gets lost how many times? Again, I'd still think that, if not for the fact that I actually really enjoyed a color splash on my second playthrough, Origami King would be on the stronger end of modern Paper Mario. Not that it has much competition in the face of Sticker Star, but again, I think I just need to get another go at it. Alright, we're almost to where we need to be, which is kind of impressive. Yeah, we've made a lot of good track progress here. GBA Mario Circuit's actually coming along pretty nicely. I think if anything, maybe this could have been located a little lower, but I think I'm too lazy to tear that up and try it again. Okay, to be fair, Bobby straight up lost his memory. Also valid. Also, we're not going to hate on Bobby too much because somehow Intelligent Systems went ahead and completely denied Nintendo on the no character aspect. They made a generic Bomb lovable by giving him a character. Y'all want to know why there wasn't a single notable Toad or lovable Toad in Sticker Star? Because none of them had a character. Bobby is a generic character with a personality, and that's why he stands out despite the fact that he looks identical to every single other Bomb. Nintendo, take notes. Intelligent Systems is doing your job better. Smudgers, I love T2ID, but I think it is overrated and overshadows other games in the franchise. Valid opinion. I would also love to give some solid praise to Super Paper Mario for its story, because I think it does, like, Mario plots have never been driven on emotion nearly as well or as, at all, than Super Paper Mario did. And I think that while it's not a proper RPG, that really doesn't matter because it's still got the Paper Mario vibes to it. It still captures Paper Mario's soul. And I think that's what's the most important thing. And Paper Mario 64 is honestly, I think I underrate it a little too much too. I think Paper Mario 64 is phenomenal. It was the starting point. It's probably the best take on the Mario versus Bowser formula. Bowser shows his competent and incompetent side very well. He commands the respect of all of his minions very well, but I think Paper Mario 64's biggest flaw is that it decided to dive into wish granting. That is a concept too powerful for even fiction. Bowser had, on multiple occasions, the power to literally make all of his dreams come true in the palm of his hand, and still lost. Instead of wishing Mario would just simply disappear, he wished to be strong enough to beat him. Which is fine if you want the pride of beating your arch enemy, but if you want to be able to get away with what you're doing, you can't let the protagonist live. They are going to consistently be the biggest problem to you, And if you let them stay around, they're going to come back. And as Paper Mario showed, they come back stronger. Especially after they've finished rescuing the characters that you imprisoned that are strong enough to combat you in the first place. The shy guy from Sunset Express, he has some personality. Valid. No, you've got a very good point. I have to give you that one because that shy guy has character and I love him. I also love shy guys in general because who doesn't love probably some of the genie rules of, or whatever. Yeah. Mario also, yeah, does have crazy plot armor. Plot armor on par with literally Ruby, Rose, and Ruby. Flipping between 2D and 3D would have been a better mainline Mario game mechanic. Yeah. Honestly, bring it back and like put it in a 2D. Like make a hybrid Mario game, like 2D and 3D. That would be cool. Yo, better yet, that should be the gimmick for a new Mario Maker. Actually, now that I think about it in that sense, that might actually get really complicated to put a brand new idea into the hands of the fans before you've even tried it perfectly. Like, you dived into it once in 2007. Maybe don't get ahead of yourselves. And don't get... maybe we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. Oh, wait. This is supposed to be getting a little... The sand here is supposed to get a lot wider. Okay. So... Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to get wider in and around here. Wait, is it? Where the hell? Oh, no, that's up there. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong spot. I mean, it is going to start getting... It's actually, I'd say roughly around here that it's actually going to start getting wider. Maybe? Where are we looking at here? Third set of blue. So right about here. Oh, perfect positioning and perfect time to realize. Want to make some Shy Guy covers of songs? Oh man, that would be hilarious. Also, the fact that all Toads are generic really plays into that one joke in Color Splash. Yeah, the one rescue Toad that's like, hey Mario, thanks for taking the time to talk to a completely generic and non-notable and boring Toad like me. Yep. Spot on. I almost hate how self-aware they are of that without actually doing anything about it. Even Ollie made a joke about it. All Toads are the same. You've seen one, you've seen them all. Yeah, you really have. At that point, I don't even think that's Toad racism. Odyssey and Galaxy occasionally had 2D areas, not too much, however. Yeah, that was like dipping in, but it was not a freedom of choice. It was a, you're just stuck in this area. Everyone in Ruby has plot armor after a certain character dies, in my opinion. Please tell me we're both thinking of the same character here. I was mainly talking about the Toad Fight Gang, but that one too. Oh. So, how long does this go straight for? Oh, probably about the next set of blue. So right here. Yep, that's good. My wife left me. I miss my wife, Toad. I miss my wife, Tails. Okay, World has some fire remixes that I feel like I've been neglecting to pay attention to. This Bangkok Rush remix is awesome. Also, the Rosalina's Ice World remix was really good too. Like, what am I doing? Oh, that's right. I'm playing literally anything except for Mario Kart World because out of all my Switch 2 games, I still believe that Mario Kart World is the weakest. Mario Tennis Fever is better. That's a hot take if I've ever heard one. Probably that one doesn't come back to life for no reason. I'm thinking of a specific character from Volume 3. Paper Mario Color Splash was pretty good at its gags, with Huey saying he'd stick by your side just to immediately run the toads, etc. Yeah, Color Splash's humor was pretty on point. No doubt about it. I think that the best of I did for Color Splash was warranted. Okay, so how many sand blocks do we need over here? 5. And then it's... I'll go straight for a bit. I think, again, for Color Splash, my favorite gag was still the prison joke. It was a ballsy move, and they broke the fourth wall. Good job, you suckered me into that one. Well, I've already locked you in prison. There's not much else I can do without raising this game's age rating. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I can't tell if that was a violence joke or a different joke. Might wanna... Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that one. Probably a death threat or whatever. Yeah, see... That's not the first thing I was thinking of because even in a Mario game, they get threatened with death a lot. Maybe not with any detailed methods, but death threats are not uncommon. Yep, right about there. Oh, I forgot about this. Looking pretty nice. Playing Brilliant Diamond while I watch / listen to your stream. Nice. The dual-bladed dueler is actually an intense boss. For being a pair of scissors, it's one of the most terrifying bosses in Paper Mario. Yeah, I'm actually very mixed on the Legion of Stationery from Origami King and the fact that they all have really great personalities that are layered on top of very lousy designs. I get the concept. Yeah, a pair of scissors to a piece of paper is going to be pretty damn threatening. But when you don't do anything interesting with the design, it's like I find it really hard to compliment a pair of green-handled scissors that I'm complimenting the personality more than the character. What I thought they should have done was they should have, like, if this were a classic Paper Mario game, I feel like what they could have done was make a generic, or make an enemy that uses the object in question as the weapon. Scissors does beat paper, 100%. The rubber band one was interesting in my opinion. I like the, yeah, it was like I actually kind of liked, it felt really good stealing the spotlight from the rubber band. It felt really good. I also really, I think, again, all the bosses in Origami King, barring the Stapler, which didn't really have a character, but it was like a guard dog, so props. All of the bosses really were entertaining characters that kind of got mucked by lazy designing. Even like they went with the joke of art supplies and what they can do to paper over the entire character. So it's a mixed bag on all fronts. Very amazing personalities, but their designs were clearly made with the gag in mind first and a character second. The tape is also freaking hilarious. It's literally like a mobster. I love it. Don Pianta's still better though. I believe Don Pianta could beat up that tape dispenser. I love the Shifty Stickers fake out defeat. Dude, I don't know if I got fooled by it, but I think I was like, okay, that was way too easy. There's got to be something else to this. I have to tell a story about the scissors, though. On my very first boss attempt at the scissors boss fight, when he unsheathed himself and, like, pointed upward, I was sitting there like, okay, that's probably going to act like a sharp hazard. So I could probably use the iron boots because they've always taught me if it's a spike you can't jump on, the iron boots will be able to bypass that. I died immediately because the game decided not to tell me that that did not apply to the scissors. Low key though, Mario was pulling out some dirty moves by basically pulling out the rubber band's hair. Ranked TTYD partners? Oh, hell yeah, I'm in. Alright, let's get started. Least favorite? Probably Flurry. From a personality standpoint, I still love her diva aspect, but in battle properties, she's just very boring and generic. Next on the list would probably be Miss Mouse. I know she gets a lot of, I wouldn't say hate, but people don't really care much for her. But I personally think she's really good and really underrated because being able to pierce defense is pretty huge for a partner. Modify that request to all Paper Mario partners. You know what? Let's go for it. Okay, so that would probably mean that Flurry is not my least favorite, and if we're going to stretch it the entire franchise, no duh, Kirsty's down there because nobody likes Kirsty. And if you do like Kirsty, you have a very strange but valid opinion. Take that one as you will. Let's see. I'm actually just going to go through them all in order. Goombario to start. I like Goombario because he's a very iconic first partner for Paper Mario. And, like, I don't know, despite the fact that I never played Paper Mario as a kid, I vaguely remember doing so. And I do remember the beginning of the game a little bit. I just remember not getting past the Koopa Bros disguised as Toads.
Hey, buddy, your birth control arrived.
You can't be saying that.
Well, I just wanted to let you know it's here in big quantities.
I've been exposed. Huey should be high up, but his humor is pretty good. Huey is definitely not a bottom-ranked partner. But, yeah, no, like, keep going. Goombario, I think, is a really solid character. I kind of like the simplistic idea. Like, he was the first one, so he was, like, a little jealous of Cooper at first. But it should also be noted that Paper Mario's cast doesn't really get a lot of screen time in comparison to Thousand Year Door. So it's like they're a little bit hard to rank on the personality side because all you really get is their introduction, and that's about it. They're like modern Fire Emblem characters. On that note, I also like Cooper. I think I like him a little bit more compared to Koops. Because, Cooper's got that I want to be an explorer deal going for him, and I like that for him. Especially in the end, at the, like, post, or at the end game, like, after you beat the game. So I really love that for him. Bombette, battle-wise, powerful, but again, she's a pretty bad example of a character who doesn't get any screen time. So it's really hard to rank her personality. Paracarry is one of my favorites by concept because we've never gotten a truly flying character. As someone who played Thousand Year Door first, like, the fact that we got, like, I was exposed to the fact that all of my partners were ground-bound characters. So having one that was flying was awesome, but it was held back by the fact that partners were just your backpacks in that game. They were not targetable by the enemy. They didn't have an HP stat. They were just an extra attack. Bo would be next. She is definitely a little more iconic and has a little bit of the advantage of being in Thousand Year Door. And even if it's just a small cameo, it really does work for her. Gives her a little bit extra oomph to her personality, which is really cool. Well, I love it. But she is also like, she's got that rich girl energy. Pretty standard. She's got the rich girl energy without the disrespectful part of it. Next up would be Watt. See, Watt's not really in the same boat as Miss Mouse in my opinion, because despite both being able to pierce defenses, I just feel like enemies with a defense aren't nearly as plentiful in Paper Mario when compared to Thousand Year Door. So Watt's abilities are a little less, and it's also, she's just not that interesting either. I think this needs to stretch out a little bit more. That should work, I think. Yeah, it should be good. After Watt is Sushi. Again, another really powerful battle partner, but meh character. She was kind of portrayed as that character in-game that no one really cared about, but do a whole lot worse. After Sushi is Lackluster. He was a funny character, 100%. He was like trying to be cool, but I don't know. I think he was cool because it's not like he showed a nerd. It's not like he was shown to be a nerd or a geek or anything. He has a girlfriend for starters, and it's not like he had any dorky traits to him that felt like he needed to act cool. Maybe it was just a thing he wanted to do. Also, really cool that like he was kind of like a standalone antagonist at first. Like his boss fight was not tied to anybody else. Like he was obviously working for Huff and Puff, but unlike Vivian, he didn't have a gang that ended up being a continuous threat along the line, like Beldam and Marilyn were. So, Lackluster definitely ranks pretty high on the partner list of Paper Mario 64. I would say he's up there with Parakarry and Goombario and Cooper and Bo. I'd say out of Paper Mario 64, my least favorite would probably be Watt. But, yeah, the others are pretty high. Bombette's like good battle, but not as good on the personality. Now, if we want to talk personality, Thousand Year Door has every single base covered. I don't think there's a single dud partner in general in that game, because like your opener is Goombella. She's sassy. She's like snarky and hilarious. I love her. Like she has some of the best dialogue, and what's better is that you get to hear it for the entire game. I like Coops, but again, he's just like I like the confidence that Cooper had. And while it is nice that Coops has that arc of I want to be stronger for my family and my girlfriend, I don't know. I feel like it just kind of fizzes out a little bit after you go on the adventure and you realize he's doing so much and he doesn't seem to be He doesn't seem to be like flinching at any of it. So it's like, does he get over that really fast? People seem to forget about Professor Toad or whatever his name is from Origami King. Technically, is always in your party after you meet him, just only in the desert. Yeah, he was okay. I didn't mind him. He was a lot. While he was still the cowardly type, I still think that he was a little bit more willing than most Toads. I'll get to him a little later. Let's see. After Coops, Flurry. Yeah, Flurry's got the diva personality that is okay. But battle-wise, Flurry's just kind of a I don't care. She doesn't really stand out in terms of battle abilities. Gale Force is funny for the Pit of 100 Trials, as we've proven in one of my birthday streams. But other than that, not really much. She just doesn't have too much going for her. The Yoshi kid is a Yoshi. Do I even need to continue with that one? He's a snarky little Yoshi kid who somehow has knowledge on the world despite the fact that he was born in the Glitz Pit and has no life experience. Dude somehow knew what an email was right out the gate. My guy, I do not think that's how it works. Alright, let's keep going. After the Yoshi kid, Vivian, okay, she's literally a huge fan favorite. There is absolutely no denying how much of a lovable character Vivian is. She definitely develops a lot over the story, and I think her peak moment is in the Palace of Shadows. So, no doubt about it, she's got to be one of the best. Bobbery is also a pretty awesome partner. I love how he's the senior experienced character, and I think that really works well because you don't get a lot of those in the Mario franchise. Like, a partner let alone. Like, apparently Sushi was stated to be older, but she never really sounded or even acted like it. She just came across as like a nanny. But Bobbery felt like it was like, yeah, he was like one of those senior experienced characters, and I like that. He also has the tragic backstory. Poor guy. And Mouse is again very underrated. I like her personality, and her battle abilities are severely underrated. But yeah, other than the piercing of defense and stealing items, she's definitely more of a utility partner over battle partner. You basically only pull her out when you need some partner piercing defense, or the enemy has an item you want. The Pixels all are in the same category of, you guys have no personalities, you guys get like ample screen time and like maybe a maximum of like 5 dialogue text boxes, and that's about it. The Pixels are severely a waste of time. Like, they're like, we're not just tools, and then you proceed to treat them like tools for the entire game. Tippy is different because she's technically not even a pixel, and she's obviously a little bit more interesting, but she was okay. I feel like she was a little bit flat for her character and her role, but she still leagues better than Kirsty will ever be. No doubt about that. Kirsty sucks, moving on. Huey is a Chad, an absolute bro. What? Wait, if Yoshi's work like... What if Yoshi's work like that? I don't know, like, I get... No! Ever watch Super Mario World cartoon? Baby Yoshi in that didn't have... Well, he could speak clear English, which was weird, but... Nope, maybe you're onto something. But yeah, no, Huey's an absolute Chad. He's an absolute bro, and we love him for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Olivia's okay as a companion. Again, I think I've already kind of talked about her. Her naivety is just not really for me, however you pronounce the word. But she's, again, it's like there's, even from the second least favorite partner, there is a massive gap between them and Kirsty. Bobby is obviously a pretty Chad partner. Like, again, they made a standard generic the bomb actually likable, like really likable and unique and notable. And same with Professor Toad. He's pretty awesome too. He helps in battle, which is a far cry from most Toads. And I mean, obviously we got Bowser, Peach, and Luigi to a degree from Super, because like you could consider them partners, I guess, but like I'd say they're more main playable characters over anything else. I feel like if I were to rank them, that would require the tier list maker, so I'll save that for another time. I should do that though. That is on my mind. I do want to do some Paper Mario based rankings with my brother. One of them we had the idea for was like we would rank all the chapters in Paper Mario, because he's like replayed the first game, so like we both have some interesting thoughts for that. Ranking the bosses would be cool. Yep, absolutely. Nah, that's also on my list. I've thought about that many times. Huey is someone you get a beer with. He's still waiting for that burger. Yeah, he is. I feel like the only two reasons one might hate Huey is one, he's not serious enough. Two, he's from a bad game. And in my opinion, neither of those are good reasons. That's true. Like, Color Splash and Origami King prove that you don't have to be a phenomenal game to have good characters in it. Like, they're not bad games either, because again, I've gotten soft for Sticker Star. Not Sticker Star. Nope, no, not that one. Color Splash. Really had to really had to rectify that one. But, yeah, no, like, Huey is by far not a terrible partner at all. A lot of sand over here. I would say that it starts to get skinnier around here. Too far. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, I've thought a lot about the 1,000-Year Door bosses especially. Definitely want to rank those guys at some point. And then the grass path. Yeah, it's pretty consistent. Yep. Now we're gonna become pretty good. Whew, good topic so far. Really got me going. Really got me speaking there. I ran out of my drink. Oh well. Now we step out to get another one, but I'm only gonna be at this for like another little bit. Actually, I might pop into Tomodachi Life soon. I might call it a stream at like 7:30ish because I'm gonna be honest, very tired. I had to get up early again this morning, not for work or anything, but because my dad usually hangs out with me before I stream, because I say that's fine. And I had to get up at 8 to go and get him, and I was still tired. But I'm pretty content with our progress. I mean, that actually doesn't look too bad at all. It's, again, just the U-turn that's going to be a little tough. But now that we're getting close to this point, we can now find a good way to connect it. So I think we're still looking at a pretty tricky spot, though. But we're getting there. Looks very nice, though. I thoroughly enjoy it. Maybe I should do something in the inside, but we'll see. Alright, yeah, you know what? Let's pop into Tomodachi Life. Why not? Woo-wee! Good work, guys. Whoops. You know, another thing I've been thinking of. This is completely off topic from anything, but I renamed one of my accounts to the Baron YouTube, and if I do any gaming with people, that's probably the account that you can I'll send to people as a friend. That being said, I would probably need to get internet for it, but I don't know if I'm going to really be able to do that just yet, so we'll have to maybe put a quick axe on that idea. Oh, hey, look, it's Sniffin. Oh yeah, by the way, my island has grown a lot. Oh shit, night market.
Welcome in.
Mystery bag, I'm in.
We've got something real special for you today.
Hey, what do we get?
With an extra
First item, figure skating dress. Ooh, that looks pretty. A disco ball. Natural wood set. Oh, there's a fourth item. Uchin? Nope, not pronouncing that.
Thanks a bunch. Be sure to stop.
Nice. Alright. Oh, it's Chance. Who's Chance? Oh, Chance is just on his... Oh, Chance is listening to his music. Yeah, I made him that. Super Mario Space Themes.
Super Mario. Space BGM is wildly appealing.
Alright. There's a lot I have to show off. Oh, yeah, here's Cynthia. Fire Emblem Cynthia. I made her her dress. What's Mark up to? Give us a tour of the island? Absolutely. Nintendo's internet service is one of my most hated things. I agree. Keep in mind that we went 3 systems in a row where we didn't have to pay for
I'm
it.
worried that Tails
The Wii,
might
no,
not be
4.
on
The
the same
DS.
page. Do Tails and I make a great pair?
He's still, no, absolutely.
You
He still
really-
thinks you're friends. There you go. Yeah, the DS, the Wii, the 3DS, and the Wii U were all free internet, and then all of a sudden, they decided now we want your money for our internet. I have Pokemon Cynthia on my island. We have very different Cynthias then. Alright. So first things first, I'm gonna get up my characters again. Oh, hey, wait, what's up with you? Stacy, what's going on?
Huh. Big Matt.
She's very polite.
Kayla and I were chatting, and, well, I guess it just made me a little sad.
Sad how? Head pats, I guess. I also got her a beret. Alright, so yeah, Stacy, Violet, so like, hold on. Katie still has a big-ass crush on Violet. But Violet does not seem to be,
Guess what next?
you
A
know,
wire puzzle.
getting there.
Speaking
I want to see
of
Shy
wire
Guy and
puzzle,
Snippet being
a little
lovers.
while ago, I
Absolutely.
was walking all alone.
Katie looks like she's listening, but she is definitely thinking something completely different. Oh no.
Are you even listening to me? The dulcet tone of your voice, Violet, helped me drift off to...
Good cover up? Okay. Well, she'll get there eventually, guys. We gotta, there's a story here. We're rooting for this. Alright, I gotta solve problems first. You need a new room.
Good evening.
She just
I've been
came in.
thinking lately that Stacy and I could get to know each other better. Do you think Stacy...
Yeah, you guys, canonically speaking, you guys are sisters. Should probably give you some food. We'll get to Shy Guy and Snippet soon. What do I want to give you? None of these really... sure. It's not like any of these really work for her. I don't, like, there's so much fewer, I don't know if we unlock more good over time, but, like, there's so much less than the 3DS one. Wait. Have some meatballs. Now I know how a meatball feels. Okay, she was good with that. I've learned today that Mark loathes apples. In-game. Alright. Where's Snippet and Shy Guy? Oh, here's Shy Guy.
Something you need.
See? They're sweethearts.
Snippet and I are dating now. I'm going to do everything I can to make them happy. I'm so glad I took the lead.
Yeah, let's go, guys! My me keeps saying my nose looks like Eevee's. Sophist. Alright, yeah, so I started kind of like sectioning them off. So we got like some, this is like what I call the red district. Mostly because I decorate everything red. Up here is the yellow district. There's nothing really distinct about them other than their colors. But I'm definitely going to kind of expand over time as my island gets bigger. Oh yeah, Stephanie also moved in with these two. This is the blue district where Mark, Tails, and Crom live. And then up here we have Matt and Stacy's house and Kayla. While Cynthia and Chance live up here. Oi, what's up, girl? Subcon. I made mine so far a small group of islands connected by boardwalks. That's cool. That's kind of what I wanted to do too, but I also let it
You're
like, I
looking
don't know.
chipper.
I don't know really what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just kind of rolling with whatever. Okay, good. You're hungry? Here, I have whatever this is.
Yum.
Wait, districts. Paper Mario Color Splash reference? Oh, wait! Color Splash? Wait, Smashy Bros? Yeah, the colored districts. I should probably get my wish granted. Time flies, doesn't it? Yeah, kinda. It's only been 2 days. Building a Ferris wheel? Hold! This thing is massive! Where the hell am I gonna put this? Guys, slow it down just a wee bit. This thing is massive. Okay, I don't really have much of a choice. I have to put it up here. I guess this is no longer the beach.
We interrupt to bring you some breaking news.
Realistically speaking, everyone listening to their TV right now is just hearing. I'm sorry if my tone. I'm sorry if my accent was off a bit there. I don't know. I'd still believe I'm pretty good with my Shy Guy. Could be a beachfront fair. Yeah. I group my residence houses from the same franchise together. That's a good way of doing it. I'm kind of mixing it up. I still haven't gotten that yet. I just need to. I'm wondering, will it expand beyond this? I feel like it should because there's land over there. But I don't know how long it will be before that happens. Hey, why is there a green vending machine in the blue district? Why is there a green fence in the blue district? That's illegal! Mark, what the hell are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, bro, you wanna tell me what you're doing over here?
Spring. It's
Yeah, as you can see, Mark's not exactly an apple guy. Here, have a lollipop. Maybe this will distract you from
Yum.
street land. Shy Guys finished last. The blocky islands and geometric rocks in the water giving me mixed messages on expansion. Yeah, I'm hoping it does. Like, I'm gonna need more space. Especially if you want to fit over, like, up to 70 knees in here. Here, maybe you like a pineapple.
yum.
It's got apple in the name. I'm not really holding hope on this one. Oh no, he's good. Oh right, I still haven't granted my wishes. Damn. And there's still these I haven't given. Whatever those are gonna be. Oh yeah, when my brother's sad, he says, Dino bummer, dude. Also, Mark is definitely a big eater. He'll eat my brother will actually also eat most of everything. I just got the Ferris wheel, hello, bro. We're like neck and neck on the game. Okay, let me do this before I forget again. I have so much to show. Man, I've got more on this than I do in Minecraft. I have 2 wishes. Paint set, level 26. Like, is this seriously it for gifts that you can give? That's kind of lame. It's like 11 things. I mean, yeah, little quirks, but like, I want to give things to my niece. Ooh, what's new over here? Arched cobblestone? Oh, so I can now get all of these. That's interesting. Kind of didn't like how the sand was elevated. I was kind of hoping it would just be like a different texture for the beach sand. Public bench. Don't we already have those? retro street lamps. Oh, those are cool. Oh, one of them actually does come in red. Could probably use those. Steel beach stairs, pipe guardrails, pipe frame. Playground rides! Unlocked at level 24, so that's in one level, and that's in like another 5. Okay, well there. Oh, that's a lighthouse. It looks like some interesting barbed wire fence. Okay, there's some interesting things that are here. What else we got? No, still not close to. Well, there's still quite a few more of these I can unlock. That's nice. Island landscaping. I don't even know what I want to do. It's like I don't think I'm even close to thinking about knowing what I would want to make for stuff like this. I guess housing interiors would be the closest thing I can do right now. I'm gonna save my other wish. Alright, I gotta show my list of creations. So, aside from the turnip cake, I also made rainbow sorbet ice cream. That was mostly because Katie was sad that Violet rejected her, so I needed to get her some ice cream. I also made some unique clothing. This I need to really redo. It's based off of Chance's outfit, but I realized I can do better. I made this is called the Sky Jacket, which is Kayla's outfit. And then I made the Pegasus dress, which is Cynthia's outfit. You knew, guys, you knew this one was coming. It was like literally the first thing I did. Chow. It's just a little chow, guys. And then I made a tuxedo cat based off of Anastasia that I gave to my brother's me. And then Super Mario Space background music for Chance.
Pokemon cards?
How about you guys wait until I'm done streaming?
Pokemon cards?
No.
Do you want to look at them?
Okay, well, my white minded over there.
Hi Matt.
Hello.
Hi Matt stream. I hope you guys are having fun with Tuxedo Cat and that guy. Chow.
I made a cult revolving around Kirby on my island. Interesting. But yeah, those are all my treasures so far. I kind of really like the editor. Speaking of which... Oh, wait. No, I'm gonna make it from scratch. Long sleeve tee, I guess. Well, yeah, let's use... Oh, wait, no, because I think these lines... Are these lines... Oh, no, they can be deleted. Okay, perfect. Okay, so... I'm gonna do this. So, Chance's usual outfit is light blue. Oh, right here. Neon light blue. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna literally fill all of this in. And then what I'll do is, I think what I'll do here is I'll make the edge here a little bit of a darker color. This will represent the edge. Whoops, didn't do that. Oh. And then right here, I'll just make the separation. Made my Ferris wheel on its own island with lots of trees. Yeah. And then bam. That again. Okay, but what I also want to do is I want to make this. So what we're gonna do. I'm thinking that's also gonna be too small. Is this gonna be better? No, that's too big. Hey, actually, you know what? No, we can still make this work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start it right there. Here. I did not mean to do that. Not that far, at least. And then his shirt's lime green. There we go. And then the whole back end, everything else is going to be really easy. This does not need to be there. That's looking pretty good. And then make the moon. We're gonna make a little moon inside of his shirt. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Also, this can stand to be a little sharper. That should be okay. I also don't want to make it look too much like a banana. I like this. Honestly, this is so much fun. Okay. I think the moon could probably have been located a little higher up on his shirt. Yeah, I think I'll call it a stream very shortly. But I do want to just finish this up and give it a chance because this is his actual outfit. Can also probably stand to make this a little bit steeper in. It's got to leave an actual crescent. I'm not exactly the best at drawing crescent moons. Well, now we're looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Let's see how that looks. Probably could expand this a little bit. Actually, I think that needs to be bigger. That is an ugly ass crescent moon, if I'm gonna be honest. I think it's like way too tall. I wonder if we can still fix that. Is the shape of a crescent moon. It's supposed to be. I'm trying. Actually, I kind of want. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I kind of want. I want this to be in the. I want to copy that and bring it to the top and flip it upside down. I think I have an idea. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. I keep messing this up. And then what I can do is I'll bring this part up a little bit. I am so bad at this. Well, no, I'm actually gonna give myself a little bit more credit than that. Okay, we're getting there. Let's just fix this up. You know what? I'd say that's pretty good. Oh, gotta get rid of those. You know what? There's an easier way to do this. Bam. Bam. What's up? 6 from FDI. What track were you making? Wait, never mind. Yeah, no, I was working on GBA Mario Circuit. Yeah, Draconic James has got it. I'm gonna call this. Can I fit Crescent Moon Sweater? Oops, not that. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with Crescent. No, Sweater. There we go.
Crescent
I kind of
moon
wish you
sweater.
could, like, make them different colors. Like, I could change the color of the outfit. Casual for, yeah, that's all pretty good. Anybody can do this. Playing Nintendogs, yo, that is Champion. That's another game I've never played. But I'm kind of okay with that. I already have real pets to take care of. Alright, Chance, where are you? Oh shit, what's going on in here? Yo! Oh, everyone, I thought there was all 4 of them. What are you guys up to?
Have you heard the rumors about you going around? Everyone's talking about you.
Yo, everyone's talking about Stephanie's video game abilities.
Stop. There are way more rumors about your video game skills going around. It's all I ever hear anyone
Really?
talking
I
about.
think video games are just the
That
thing
can't
that
be
everyone
right.
talks about around
There
here.
are so many rumors about your video game skills. People used talking about it as a greeting. Well, maybe we run with different routes. Because I've consumed countless magazines and podcasts dedicated to analyzing your video game skills.
Really?
Well, we must consume different media. There are streamers who talk about your video game skills around the clock, and I watch.
Hey, what about my video games?
That's the
My
fun.
video game abilities.
We've got to talk about something else.
I don't see streamers talking about my video game abilities. Maybe it's because I suck. Oh, they're done.
Huh.
Hey, bud. I got a gift for
Good
you.
evening.
Oh, that is so much better. Now he looks right. Now he looks right on the money.
I talked to Cynthia and learned that she's into clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
We had so much fun chatting that it's fair
They
to
are
say
a
we're
very
friends
simple
now.
duo.
What was I doing again?
Alright. Oh. What's up, Cynthia? Oh, you also need a new room.
Good evening. I want to be friends with Matt.
Yay! She wants to be friends with me! Great
Should we
thinking.
talk
Fun
about?
fact, me and Cynthia share the same birthday. I wish the clothes for making shit was in the 3DS Tomodachi Life. Yeah, but I understand why it's, like, definitely it was something added to the Switch. It probably would have been a lot easier on the 3DS.
What did you have?
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, crap. Now I have to think of something new. Crap. I was gonna pick an existing. Oh, now I can. Yep. What should they talk about? Smashy Bros! I like that the outfits are now completely separate from each other. Like, you don't have to buy a complete outfit for the Mii. You can, like, mix and match.
Do you feel like talking about? Super Smash.
Smashy Bros!
Sure. Cool. I've been super. Really? Me too. Yeah,
I mean, I haven't
I've
really,
totally
but
come around on the joys of super.
It's hard for me to
Wish
say
it-
no to a good round of Smash Ultimate. Yay, they're friends now. Yeah!
Nice.
They're birthday
Thanks.
buddies. Alright. She also is very energetic, so this is 100% how she would greet people. It smells like a fire outside my house. Hopefully not a bad fire. Alright. I am going to call it here simply because I would like to kind of just relax. But yeah, we did some good work in Minecraft. We've got several stories in Tomodachi Life. Smells like a campfire. That's at least a good kind of fire to smell. But yeah, tune in over time, guys. We've got a few stories like the love relationship between Sniffit and Shy Guy. Will Katie be able to get a date with Violet? Will these two become friends? How are the friendship between Crom, Mark, and Tails doing? I think over time I'll pop in and we'll find out. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's stream, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.